Right. Oh, let me just move back a bit. Can you see me? Am I good? Am I in frame? Yeah. Excellent stuff. Right. So, oh, I've just remembered I'm wearing the same hoodie as I was in my last video. Because it's very cold today, so I put it back on. It started snowing in Hull, by the way. So the whole of Hull have gone absolutely nuts. Like, it's like they've never seen snow before in their life. Myself, I can't stand the snow because it renders me housebound. Because I already walk like Bambi on ice. So walking actually on ice is not fun and quite dangerous. So anyway, it's Shut the Fuck Up hoodie. Can I say that on YouTube? It's a really, really good hoodie actually. I really love it. It's one of my favourites. I got it from Fleek Boutique. As I think I've already said that. But I'll put all the details to Fleek on in the description. Right, so now that's out of the way. I'm doing today a social media book tag. Basically, somebody in the YouTube Booktube verse, can't remember who though. A few people have done it actually. I think I know Ariel Bazzette's done it, so I'll post her video or her channel down below as well, just to be nice. Somebody has put together all the social media platforms, 7 actually. I think there's more than 7 social media platforms, but they've used 7, and they have come up with questions that pertain to that social media platform. Okay, so the first one we've got is Twitter. Now, I've never used Twitter. I don't have a Twitter account to my knowledge. Might have, I just forgot about it, but I've never used it in my life. Don't wish to. I don't. It's not my cup of tea. But anyway, here we go. The shortest book you own. Well, and liked, because I don't know how many books I own. I'm not going for all my books to find the shortest book I own. But the shortest book that I remember liking and owning is, it's 214 pages, and it is The Notebook by Nicholas Sparks. There's a sticker on this, which is quite strange because I don't like stickers on books, so I'm going to take it away now on camera because I just can't stand stickers on books. Just, it's a no-no for me. It ruins them and makes it real gross. I removed the sticker, now it's sticker free. But yeah, The Notebook by Nicholas Sparks. Everyone knows the story of The Notebook, don't we? About a guy called Noah who returned from the war, met a girl, and spent ages like restoring an old plantation home. You know, that massive kiss in the rain. Who can forget the Notebook kiss? Not me. I love The Notebook. It makes me cry every time I watch it and read it. So, and if you haven't read it, it's there. It's The Notebook. It's really, really weepy and a really, really nice book to read if you're feeling real romantic-y and romantic-y, is that a word? Romantic. I had to put the E on the end. So yeah, if you're feeling like you're in the mood for a romance that doesn't have loads of gross sex in it, because again, I don't like sex in books. I don't think it needs to be there. It don't. Everyone knows it exists. Everyone knows it happens. You don't have to read about it. Just my opinion. I might just be a little bit silly, but that's just my opinion. So if you don't like books with gross sex in it, but like romance, then I would go with The Notebook. I myself don't like romance normally, but I liked this. It was a nice book to read. So anyway, question number 2 is Facebook. A book that you feel pressured to read. And that might come as a shock to some people. Like, it came as a major shock to me, to be fair. I didn't like it because everyone who knows me, even in the YouTube world now, because I've mentioned it in every single video that I've done, all 4 of them, I'm a massive fan of Harry Potter, so this one came as a massive shock to me. And that was Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. Now, the reason why I said I was pressured into reading it is because I did actually pre-order it, but by the time I'd pre-ordered it and it come round to, you know, coming into me getting it, I'd heard some pretty reviews, and I was just like, nah, I don't think it's for me. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't, like, it all changed, everything's changed, but I read it anyway, because I'm a massive Harry Potter fan, and I wanted to see how the story progressed. That's what I mean by I feel pressured into it, because I love Harry Potter, so it was like, everybody would have been expecting me to read it, so I read it anyway. Didn't like it. It was a screenplay. I don't like plays. I don't like to read them. I don't like to watch them. I like musicals, film musicals, but I would never go and watch one on stage. Actually, that's a lie, because I went to see Blood Brothers on stage for part of drama when I was in high school, and I really liked that, and I've always wanted to go back and see it, and I'd love to see the Rocky Horror Show as well, but that's just because it's cool, it's Rocky Horror, but I wouldn't actually go out of my way to go watch a play, like Harry Potter in play. Don't work for me, don't, and it completely changed. The characters just weren't the same. It just wasn't the same sort of story. It didn't carry on. There was nothing. No, I didn't like it. So yeah, Harry Potter and the Cursed Child is my pressured book. Did not like it. Will not read it again. But I keep it up there because it's part of Harry Potter stuff, and I'm Harry Potter mad. So there's that. The third question is Tumblr. Now I have no idea what Tumblr is. Heard of it, but never used it. Never tried to. Don't know what it is. I think it's something bloggy. Like, I don't know. Like, people post stuff. People read it and stuff like that. But no, I've never ever used it, so I don't even know if this question works with that platform. But it is a book you read before it was cool. I was looking and thinking, what book did I pick for this? But I remember now. It's wrong book. To All the Boys I Loved Before, and the whole sort of series, the 3 books, because I read them, and I read them in like a week, by the way, all 3 books, and then the films came out on Netflix. Everyone was like, oh, I need to read the book, and I was like, I've got them, I've read them. So a few of my friends borrowed this series off me, and it frightened me a little bit, because I don't rent the books out. No, they're mine. Don't like lending books out. I have a checklist of things that you need to do in order to borrow my books. You need a bookmark. You need to not eat while reading, because that's just wrong. Grease and crumbs and stuff. You can't bend spines. No. Look. This book is in perfect condition, and I got it when it first came out. Literally, you can't even tell that I've read it. So if you bend pages, or you put them down like this and leave them for ages and not use a bookmark, or dog ear them. Can't stand it when people bend pages. No. So yeah, that's my checklist. Bookmark, no bending pages, no spine bending, no leaving the book face down, open face down for a long period of time, or never ever. Never do that. You can't borrow my books. People have actually got library cards, Lucy library cards. I made them myself, because I'm just a geek. Just in case people want to borrow my books, they've got their own library card. Right, anyway, enough of that. Question number 4 is MySpace. A book you can't remember if you liked or not. Now, this was difficult, because I know when I like a book, because I've got an autistic memory, so I remember loads. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I could literally recite any book I've read. I can. Like, if I've read a book, I know it. I know what happens, and I get really excited. I'm like, oh, it's, you know, like, oh, what part are you up to? And they're like, shh, don't tell me, because I just know everything about it. But then I started looking at the books that I've read on my book that I've read shelf, and I came across this, and I thought, now I remember reading it, I know what it's about, I know what happens. I could tell you right now what happens. I won't, because if you want to read it because you think it looks good, then, you know, I won't spoil it for you. But when I was looking at it, I knew I reviewed it on Instagram, so I knew I liked it because I give it 5 stars on Instagram, and Goodreads. But I couldn't remember if I liked it. Like, you know, in my head, like, obviously Instagram and Goodreads told me that I liked it, but in my head, I couldn't remember if I liked it. Obviously, I know I've read it. Basically, it's about a little girl who went missing when she was a kid, and then came back. Just turned up one day, came back, and yeah, it sounds a bit weird, doesn't it? But like I said, I can't remember if I liked it or not, so I might have to reread it and see if I did, because, you know, who doesn't remember if they like a book or not? Me, apparently. That's who. Right, next one is Instagram. Now, a book that you thought was so beautiful that you just had to Instagram. Now, I Instagram every book that I've read because I review books, like, on Instagram, so obviously you take a picture of the book. But this one I thought was a particularly beautiful book. It's a beautiful cover. It's blue and gold. I just think it's gorgeous. Really, 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 really good book as well, by the way. Oh, Jesus, let's move. Right, it's about this man who's got mental health issues, like serious mental health issues. His brother died. So again, trigger warning for mental health issues. If ever you're struggling with that and don't wish to read about it, then please don't pick this book up. But if you're interested in mental health issues, this book might be interesting to you. Oh my god, I've got pins and needles in my foot. Oh my word. This is just wrong. Right. YouTube. Question number 6 is YouTube. A book you wish that would be turned into a movie, and I can't concentrate because I've got pins and needles. And that is, it's 2 books really. One of it is Lion by Karen M. McManus, and the next one to that is One of Us Is Next by Karen M. McManus. Basically, the first book is about a guy who killed himself, basically. Can I say that? That's a major spoiler. Oops. Anyway, it's about a guy who dies in school with only 5 people present, and they're like, oh my god, who killed him? Who did it? Turns out it was him all along. Then the next one is One of Us Is Next, is basically a follow-on to that story, like a year, maybe 2 years on. Do you know what I mean? So them 2 books would be amazing movies. Amazing movies. It should happen. It will happen. I'm sure it will. So yeah, that's that. Question number 7 is the last one. A book you recommend to everyone. Now, everyone always asks me for recommendations, especially my friends, because I mention reading that much and make it seem really, really cool. Like, I wouldn't say I make it seem cool, but they always say, I want to get into reading, what books do you recommend? And I instantly go to Tori Hayden. Tori Hayden, one child, about a little girl called Sheila, who was basically kicked out of school for something she did when she was like 6, I think, and she was put into Tori Hayden's class. Now, Tori Hayden is an amazing human being. I mean, I think I mentioned her in my last video anyway. She's a special educational needs student, teacher even, who has all the unteachables, and she brings, like, selective mutism. She helps people with selective mutism talk, and she's just an amazing woman. And she helps this little girl called Sheila. Sheila's first mentioned in One Child. Now, I don't really... She was abandoned by her mum on a highway, found and brought to Tori in the school in school, and Tori sort of broke down her walls and made her into a little girl again, rather than this tiny broken doll, I suppose. And then Tiger's Child is about Sheila again, but as a teenager. So basically, Tori bumps into her just out the blue one day and sees her, and then obviously they get to know each other again, and this is their story. So yeah, they're the two books that I highly recommend. Birth by Tori Hayden, because she's fantastic, and I've got every single one of her books. And yeah, so they're the ones that I always recommend. So that's the social media book tag quiz. I kind of went off topic a little bit a few times and was a bit in places, but excuse me again, and this happened. But yeah, I enjoyed doing this video, and if you enjoyed it, please subscribe and like it, subscribe, and watch my next one, I suppose, if you want to. Please do, because I want more subscribers. So yeah, anyway, that's the end of this video. When I can click the button. Oh!